Good afternoon, faculty, students, staff, administrators, trustees, and other friends of the University of South Florida system. And welcome to the 2014 Fall Address of the USF System USF System President Judy Genshaft. I'm Greg Teague, and I serve as president of the USF System Faculty Council, a kind of meta-senate comprising mostly the leadership of the three system faculty senates. Its president sits on the board of trustees. In that capacity, I can see firsthand that as part of their strong commitment to the success and well-being of the USF system, the board's leaders and members consider it vital to understand the faculty's perspective. So faculty, please make sure that your voice on the board is well informed, whether through your faculty senates and councils or directly. I also have the very pleasant duty of introducing the USF system president today. We have of late been treated to loud discussion about the nature of leadership at public universities. No further comment on that. But let us celebrate our own situation. The progress of this university system during President Genshaft's tenure has been truly remarkable. Consider, for example, growth in the amount and prominence of research, scholarship, and creative activity, student success, engagement locally and globally, distinction in patents, prodigious gains in national rankings, and recent high achievements on Florida's performance funding scheme. The president and her team rightly recognize that our institution's success is a reflection of faculty and student success. At the same time, we recognize as crucial the role of the institution's leadership in ensuring the context that makes these achievements possible, including, for example, balancing interests and resources within carefully articulated priorities, managing government relations, public image, and enrollment, and fostering strategic initiatives with a clear view of environmental threats and opportunities. We see in the president's public persona her boundless energy and unflagging enthusiasm for the USF system's many accomplishments. Much less visible is the fierce determination of leadership at the top of a cascade of commitment to excellence by a strong team at the center and strong teams at successive levels beneath and beyond. To operate in an increasingly uncertain environment with ever more significant challenges, universities must embrace a certain amount of trial and error. Excellence is always a work in progress, as much a process as a product, requiring not only determination, but courage. In this environment, we have had our trials of a different sort, but we have done very well in keeping errors to a minimum and recovering nicely. True, we are not always unanimous about what is or is not an error. But this is as it should be. A great university should thrive on great debate, and ultimately we are drawn together to weave a complementary web of paths forward. To attain and maintain success through this complex process requires strong leadership. The evidence shows we are getting a lot of things very right here, and tremendous credit is due to the vision, determination, and courage of leadership at the very top. With that in mind, please give a warm welcome to the USF System President, Dr. Judy Genshaft.
Wow, that was wonderful. Thank you so much, Trustee Teague. That's hard to get started now. Well, good afternoon and welcome students, faculty, staff, alumni, and friends of the University of South Florida. Thank you for all your kind and generous attention on an afternoon that is one of my favorite traditions of the academic year. And this is the 14th Fall Address that I've had the privilege to deliver as president of the University of South Florida System. And I always look forward to this opportunity to be with you here in the Oval Theater, as well as with all of those of you that are watching online. We'll take a look back at what we've accomplished and also look forward to what's in store for the USF system. I know that this is a busy time of year for you all with class schedules, publishing deadlines, and committee assignments. You know, we often lose the ability to stop and appreciate what all this hard work means. So having this time to reflect as a University of South Florida community is an opportunity to not only celebrate this strong and vibrant university system, but also to renew a commitment to each other as we continue to push towards greatness. And the success that we celebrate today is success that each of you have earned through your dedication, your vision, your commitment, and your ability to accept risk in the process of discovery and innovation, and in your ability to meet various challenges. So quite simply, the USF system is thriving like never before. Consider this: in the last 12 months, we've had our best legislative session in easily a decade. We have ranked second in the state university system in Florida in performance funding based upon student success and other key measures. We made a healthy 9-point jump in U.S. News and World Report Best Colleges rankings. But more important, our students won a large number of national scholarships, including several firsts for our university. For example, we've celebrated 3 Goldwater Scholarship recipients, USF's first Pickering Foreign Affairs Undergraduate Fellowship recipient, USF's first Scoville Peace Fellowship recipient. We've also have USF's first Frost Scholarship Program recipient, a student who was accepted into Oxford University in England. We've surged all the way to number 7 in the Sierra Club Cool Schools ranking, and remains a national leader in veteran-friendly campus according to the Military Times Edge magazine. Our graduate entrepreneurship program is ranked 13th in the nation and the only top program in Florida. We've had our best year in fundraising in the USF Unstoppable campaign with a record-setting, incredible $113 million in one single year. And we're well on our way to meeting our $1 billion goal. Also, our critical bond rating was reaffirmed on Wall Street by Moody's, an important marker of managerial quality for our university's Financial Times. And only 3 public universities in Florida have this high of a rating, a AA2 bond rating. And of course, as a research institution, it's always a highlight to announce our new research totals for the year. I am pleased to announce that this year, the USF system has a record in winning new grants and contracts, $428,257,788. This is an absolutely phenomenal achievement, a nearly $15 million increase over the year before. And high impact research is what makes the USF system so special. Academic excellence is what makes us valuable to the future of our students and our region. The optimism and energy among USF system students, faculty, and staff is what makes being a great and part of this community so unique and so special of an experience in higher education. Every one of you has had a significant accomplishment that makes me proud. I wish I could highlight all of your accomplishments. But I've always believed that public research universities hold a special responsibility in our nation, and even more so for universities such as USF, where our location in the 18th largest metropolitan area in the United States positions us as an engine of economic growth, a provider of vital health care, and the instrument by which education becomes empowerment. And our mission, vision, and values are integral and essential in everything we do and are embedded in our strategic plans. Today, when you came in the theater, you were handed a copy of our mission, vision, and value statement from the USF Tampa strategic plan. And I do know that USF St. Petersburg has their strategic plan as well with the mission, vision, and values, but it's not printed up yet. Soon it will be, but it has those essential pieces of who we are, and it's so important. So you'll hear me talk a lot about these as well. This is one of the identities of an institution. And let me just also say that the USF Sarasota Manatee institution will be devising their new strategic plan with the vision, mission, and values as well. So the laser-like focus that we have had with our strategic plan has been extremely beneficial in this era that demands high performance and accountability. We have a great privilege and a great responsibility to build the best university system possible for those who depend on us. Our first important goal is student success. Now more than ever before, it is clear how critical our institutional focus on student success is helping transform the lives of students and their families. We see this amplification of their education, their training, and their skills throughout our community. Just a few weeks ago, the influential Center of American Progress in Washington, D.C. issued a report identifying the University of South Florida as one of 3 standout universities nationwide in our commitment to need-based financial aid and successful student support programs and institutional leadership. These have been the pillars of USF's Student Success Initiative, led by Senior Vice President and Provost Ralph Wilcox and his team. The center lauded USF for accomplishing what has proven to be an elusive goal nationwide, closing the achievement gap between rich and poor, and staying true to the promise of America's public universities to serve as a vehicle of opportunity. Our work is making a difference, both in the collective achievement of our large and diverse student population and in the lives of individual students who are supported in their ambitions, their goals, and their dreams for a better future. Let me tell you about 3 of them. This summer, Alicia Billington became USF's first MD PhD graduate. She earned her doctorate in biomedical engineering at the College of Engineering, and at the same time, she was earning her medical degree at the Morsani College of Medicine. Dr. Billington is a trailblazer. She has already developed a new method of analyzing pressure points in the body so that healthcare professionals can do a better job of preventing and treating bed sores. Her research has the potential to impact the lives of more than 1 million Americans each year. Another student I want you to know is LaShawna Hamilton, who is one of our student veterans and one of the USF's newest Tillman Scholars. LaShawna was a rising star in the Army. She was a major with the goal to become a battalion commander. At the peak of her career, her son was born with a heart defect that required constant care. LaShawna did not give up her dream of having a high-impact career. She came to USF's College of Nursing in a new groundbreaking program that gives veterans credit for their military experience. She is now working on her doctorate while raising 2 healthy, happy children while her husband is deployed to Afghanistan. And Marcos Gonzalez is someone who is becoming well known on campus, not just because he wears a green jacket as an ambassador, but because his journey to USF is nothing short of inspiring. Marcos grew up in a family of migrant farm workers, and even though his parents were committed to his education, the nature of their work required him to change schools often. Working side by side with his father in the field since he was 13, Marcos will tell you about his dad's wise words of advice. And he said in Spanish, "You can be working in the hot sun for the rest of your life, or you can get an education and work in an air-conditioned office someday." Marcos chose the accounting program in the USF College of Business and was admitted as one of our provost scholars in the Honors College. Since then, Marcos has traveled to China and Europe, and this summer, he spent a time interning with one of the world's largest financial services companies on Wall Street. But before the start of each school year, he returns to the fields and spends a few days picking tomatoes side by side with his father. Marcos currently has made such a powerful and impressionable impact on people that he's been invited to speak to an upcoming Florida Board of Governors meeting in November. When we think of our mission, vision, and values, we should think of these students, and there are tens of thousands of other USF students who pursue their dreams with passion, resiliency, determination, and excellence. And I know Alicia Billington couldn't be here with us today because she's busy caring for veterans at Bay Pines VA Hospital. But I'd like both of you, LaShawna and Marcos, to take another stand so that we may applaud you as well. Thank you. When a student enrolls in the USF system, we make a promise to them to help them succeed. As a public research university, we've also made a promise to the people of Florida who make a difference, and we make a difference in their lives as well. Our success as a research university is recognized in the world by our top 43rd ranking among all universities, both public and private, and in our standing as a global leader in producing new United States patents. Since the beginning of America's land-grant universities to the evolution of today's higher education system, universities have always served as economic catalysts. The economies might have changed from agriculture to technology, but not the public imperative that knowledge drives economic growth. Last year, USF Research and Innovation set a new record with 113 new patents, 91 new licenses and options executed, and 11 new startup companies. At USF Connect, for the first time, our student entrepreneurs have developed their new products and can continue to develop their new products at the Student Incubation Center and Innovation Center. On your way out of the theater today, we have a great taste treat, a great taste treat for you. It is called Aqua Melon Water, and it's a healthier alternative to sugary juices and sports drinks with all of the electrolytes in it, which was developed by USF graduate student Des Williams. It's just one of the many incredible projects that grow from the creativity of our students. The Student Innovation Incubator already has 24 companies working through it, and I have another 58 student entrepreneurs applying to be a part of their new programs. Invention and innovation, our energy, our can-do attitude increasingly defines the personality and persona of the USF system. This year, we were so proud to see the National Academy of Inventors, now a global organization founded by Senior Vice President for Research and Innovation, Paul Sandberg, grow in prestige. The first class was inducted into the Florida Academy of Inventors. USF Health's Dr. Shyam Mohapatra, a pioneer of applied biomedical nanotechnology, was among 6 inventors announced recently as the first inductees. A distinguished USF Health professor, he has contributed to innovations and diagnostics in therapeutics for cancers, asthma, viral infections, and the treatment of traumatic brain injury. Daniel Ye from the College of Engineering and his team built the new generator, which this year won the prestigious Cade Museum Prize. For Cade Museum Prize for its promising approach to converting wastewater to nutrients, energy, and reusable water in the coming year. And this new technology will be put to real-world use in India. Dr. James Mihalsic, also from engineering, leads an international team of researchers on water sustainability in a project that includes dozens of faculty and more than 100 undergraduate students from institutions in the United States, the Caribbean, and Europe. He also leads a second project funded by the Environmental Protection Agency to establish a national research center to tackle a dire issue plaguing waterways, nutrient pollution from wastewater and stormwater runoff. The power of our research capabilities is that they can reach around the world. Whoops, that, I was gonna well, please join me in applauding, and once again, our great researchers, Dr. Mohapatra and his team, and Dr. Ye and his team, and Dr. Mihalsic's team. Great research informs great teaching. As we gather here today, we know that the hard work that will fuel the future points of pride is taking place in our classrooms, our libraries, our laboratories, and in offices across the USF system. Our faculty are passionate about their research and are passionate about bringing their findings to the classroom. There are thousands of stories across campus of how far our faculty will go to pursue their research and bring their knowledge to our students. For example, this semester, the chair of the School of Geosciences, Professor Jeff Ryan, is aboard the world's most advanced ocean coring ship with an international team of researchers in the Pacific Ocean trying to understand the deepest secrets of the Earth's formation. He has been far away, but he is still holding class, and he's doing that via satellite uplink. USF St. Petersburg professor Mark Durand stays close to home, but that is where he makes the biggest difference in lives of families whose children are diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. Dr. Durand is the recipient of the highly regarded 2014 Princeton Lecture Series Fellowship and has been ranked as one of Florida's top psychology professors. His book, Optimistic Parenting, is helping thousands of families work effectively with their children. And this year, one USF professor in particular capped a remarkable journey to teach us all about one of the darkest chapters in human history. Carolyn Ellis, a distinguished USF professor in the Department of Communication, has worked tirelessly to document stories of Holocaust survivors, including Jerry Rawicki, who as a teenager escaped from the Warsaw Ghetto and made his way to America. Mr. Rawicki was the only member of his family who did not perish in the Holocaust. Together, Dr. Ellis and Mr. Rawicki, who is now 87 years old, traveled back to Poland to film his first trip home in 70 years. And their journey is captured in the documentary Behind the Wall, which debuts this year. I'd like to introduce to you Dr. Carolyn Ellis and Mr. Jerry Rawicki. Thank you. This is the power of what this university system can achieve when our mission, vision, and values are reflected in the work we do every day. Our institutions live our values, and that is so apparent in the work of the USF system's staff, who are dedicated professionals deeply committed to their institutions and found in every corner of our campuses. Two individuals on my leadership team have distinguished themselves this year. General Counsel Steve Prevost and his superb team of attorneys and paralegals bring years of experience to guiding our institution. And this year, Mr. Prevost was chosen as the top chief legal officer in the area by the Tampa Bay Business Journal. And a new face on our campus has been instrumental in building Bulls pride and a new culture throughout the campus and across the community with great enthusiasm. Athletic Director Mark Harlan came to us from UCLA. His focus on student success, both on the field, court, track, and in the classroom, sets an example for our campus and the entire community. Bulls pride means high standards and discipline in all we do. As you know, I always like to reward employees with some extra time to reconnect with their families and friends at the end of the year. So I will take this opportunity to announce that the USF system will be closed from December 24th through January 1st, with the exception of our clinics and some essential functions. This end of the year break will include the 2 additional floating holidays and 3 additional days as a reward for the hard work so visibly demonstrated this year. Well, the 2013-2014 academic year was a successful one, but it was not an easy one. Last year, the USF system devoted considerable energy to reconfiguring our spending practices so we could create a sustainable economic base. Our goal was to bring our spending in line with our recurring revenues so that we could ensure the long-term stability of the USF system and strategically invest in our institutional priorities. This effort was guided by Senior Vice President and Chief Operating Officer John Long and his team. They also helped secure an important endorsement of our fiscal health, the reaffirmation of our bond rating. In fact, the USF system was one of a select group of American universities that bucked a widespread trend, the continued climate of downgrading the bond ratings of colleges and universities that are struggling to adjust to the new financial landscape facing higher education. Among the strengths, Moody's cited in its outlook for our university system a very strong performance of the USF Unstoppable campaign, which met its $600 million goal and was mentioned earlier, this year extended to $1 billion. This is remarkable and rare for an institution that was founded less than 60 years ago to have a $1 billion goal, and we're going to make it. Under the leadership of Senior Vice President for Advancement and Alumni Affairs, Joel Mumberg, and his great work with his team, the foundation set a new one-year record of fundraising more than $113 million. Just this month, USF St. Petersburg Regional Chancellor Sofia Wisniewska was very proud to announce the largest single gift to their institution when entrepreneur Kate Tiedemann donated $10 million to the USF St. Petersburg College of Business, which will now be named in her honor. With gifts large and small, and in strong partnership with those across the community who share our values, I know that reaching our fundraising $1 billion goal will be reached. When we have the right resources in our hands, we can transform our campuses and impact the world beyond. USF's strong student demand, bright future, means that USF Tampa campus, in particular for this time, and then it will extend to the other institutions of USF, we're going to embark on an exciting project that will transform a large area of our campus, just north of the Marshall Student Center. In the very first time, we have a public-private partnership. We anticipate more than 1,000 beds of outdated housing will be replaced by a new campus village that will be the home for 2,000 students and retail outfits and coffee shops and all kinds of activity when it's completed in 2017. This partnership is the first of its kind for our campus, and when it comes to fruition, will add the quality of life on the Tampa campus as exciting destination that gathers bright, energetic, creative, and ambitious people to live, work, and play in a center of learning and innovation. And following the Tampa campus, it would be extended out as need be to the USF St. Pete and USF Sarasota Manatee. The USF system, also energized by the incredible support we received from state leaders and the governor this spring, was one of our most successful legislative sessions in a decade. USF entered the legislative session with 5 top priorities. All 5 were supported. Our priorities were establish and invest in the Florida Center for Cybersecurity located at USF, where it is now taking shape at the top floor of the Interdisciplinary Science Building. 2, provide funding toward completing construction of USF Health Heart Institute. 3, provide funding toward completing construction of the USF St. Petersburg College of Business facility. 4, invest in continued development of USF Sarasota Manatee's STEM programs and STEM faculty hiring. And 5th, guarantee all United States military veterans the right to pay the in-state residence tuition rate. And that was all supported. It's just part of the deep and well-funded legislative package for the USF system. It's phenomenal. We also welcomed a new era of cooperation among Florida's 3 urban universities: University of South Florida System, the University of Central Florida, and Florida International University. All universities, these 3 urban universities alone, produce 48% of all the college graduates in the total state university system, and 44% of all of the STEM degrees. In addition, our 3 urban institutions graduate 60% of the state's African American and Hispanic baccalaureate students. As part of this partnership, our 3 universities have been working closely together to share best practices, policies, and programs to become more efficient and increase the number of graduates in high-demand areas and maximize career development and opportunities. We've already begun developing a database and starting internships and job opportunities in Tampa Bay, Miami, and Orlando. We're also looking to share predictive analytics technologies so that our students will benefit from targeted support in the moment that they need it. With new state investment, we project we can collectively increase the number of baccalaureate degrees awarded by our institutions by 12% and increase 6-year graduation rates by 4 percentage points. This partnership already produced the first ever team grants from the Florida Board of Governors. 2 grants worth a total of $8.5 million will fill the education gaps in vital fields of information technology and accountancy. Now, this brings me to a subject that you've all undoubtedly seen and read in newspapers recently. And I'd like to address this while we're thinking about the future and where the USF system fits into our changing world. There have been news reports about discussing the possibility of the Morsani College of Medicine moving to downtown Tampa. We are currently exploring various options to determine the optimal location of our facility as USF Health continually strives to strengthen its connection to the wider Tampa Bay community. We know of the exciting developments downtown and have a great friendship with Mr. Jeff Vinnick and his organization, who are partners in our very successful Sports and Entertainment Management MBA program. We admire the excellence Mr. Vinnick and his team demonstrate and represent in our community. However, I want to be absolutely clear. Whatever decision is made about the location of the future of USF Health facilities, it does not mean that USF Health is leaving the Tampa campus. In fact, USF Health needs to grow on this campus also. We remain fully committed to working closely with bringing our partners at the Haley Veterans Hospitals, Moffitt Cancer and Research Institute, Florida Hospital, and Shriners Hospital for Children, who all value our close proximity. The Carol and Frank Morsani Center for Advanced Healthcare will absolutely be a facility that continues to be open, where thousands of patients receive the highest care each year. We continue to build the concept of the Tampa Innovation Alliance, which has strong ties between our neighbors, Busch Gardens, Moffitt Cancer Center, and Florida Hospital, and will influence and reinvigorate the commercial areas around us. With more than 450 doctors in the USF Physicians Group and the continuing demand for high-quality health care all across our community, there is room for us to grow without taking away from what currently exists. Our reputation in healthcare has been enhanced by the recent arrival of Dr. Charles Lockwood as new Senior Vice President of Health and Dean of Medicine. Dr. Lockwood is a member of the Institute of Medicine of the National Academy of Science and comes to us from The Ohio State University. He has worked closely with the USF Health deans in looking at new possibilities for USF Health's colleges of nursing, pharmacy, and public health, and the School of Physical Therapy to expand their excellent programs. I want to also extend my thanks to Drs. Harry Von Loveren and Donna Peterson for serving as interim dean and senior vice president this past year. USF's Health Heart Institute and the Bird Alzheimer's Center are poised to be global leaders in treating devastating diseases. Our veterans' healthcare initiatives and research go on setting standards for caring for our war wounded. We can never fully know what the future will hold, but we do know the quest for a better future requires that we step out of our comfort zone. It requires us to always think about the world around us. We must ask ourselves constantly, what do we want to achieve? Not just for ourselves, but for our communities. We know these answers: good health, good financial security, education, culture, and art in the sense of purpose and contribution, and an understanding of others and ourselves that recognizes the world stands at the edge of an exciting future that we have to have the power to shape. Before we end today, I want you to watch another short video that illustrates what our university system is all about. Not just the rankings, not just the impressive achievements, but the work we do together that has meaning now, that supports the work and the principles and the mission and vision and values which we uphold so well. So we'll take 5 and watch a quick video.
The University of South Florida is on the rise, reaching across the world to find new ideas and new ways to set them in motion. Today, the USF Bull has become a symbol, an example of excellence in a global environment, generating knowledge through innovation, protecting environments from threats natural and man-made, partnering to find breakthroughs to cure illness and save lives. Today, USF is on the move as Florida's leading metropolitan research university, with the Morsani College of Medicine and the colleges of USF Health, creating breakthroughs in healthcare education and delivery. the Florida Center for Cybersecurity, where USF is a hub for the state's universities, industries, and national security interests. A new university student center that will make campus life campus-centered. And USF has become one of America's best universities for veterans who deserve nothing but the best. All from one of America's coolest, technologically advanced, and most affordable universities. All measured against a standard. Be unafraid to lead.
USF must be more determined than ever to demand accountability, expect results, and drive for excellence. Anything short of that is not good enough. Not if we want to be a world center of achievement. Not if we want to lead.
Because in the end, it's USF students and their success that will make the difference. That makes all this worthwhile. The University of South Florida System, leading to excellence and making life better.
We have a big year ahead, and I want to thank each and every one of you for your support as we continue to build a great university system. Good luck and in all you endeavor, and we're here with you. Go Bulls, and there are some refreshments outside as well. Thank you for being here.